Good morning, everyone. So I want to try something a little different today. We'll see how this works. I've been involved in a group that has been practicing more of a speaking right from spirit source or from your higher self. And in the next month, I'm actually traveling to churches on the East Coast where that is how the service is delivered. You might have a theme, but there's no written out anything. So in an effort to actually serve those churches in the manner that they're used to, I'm going to try it here today, and we'll see what happens. And I know we are on gratitude. We're actually on the tail end of gratitude. And the next week, we move right into joy. Gratitude to joy. And as I was thinking about that, really, aren't they two sides of the same coin? Really, if you have the gratitude, you can feel the joy. And yet, we already have the gratitude. It's recognizing the gratitude. So I want to take you on a little journey, and you can close your eyes if you want. You don't have to. But I want to take you on a journey, a walk with Spirit. So a Spirit, if God were to take you on a walk, what would that look like? What would you be shown? And if you could imagine that all of a sudden, in just a tiny little blink, you're on a bridge that resembles a bridge of stars. And it hovers through the universe, and you are supported through the light. And next to you is that presence of Spirit. So bright, so luminous, that it's hard to get a direct look. And while we're walking on that bridge through the nothingness and the everythingness of all that is, we're able to see everything. It's like being the most magnificent version of the Hubble telescope. You're seeing galaxies, nebulas, stars, planets. And then we recognize that each one of those points of light is actually a bit of consciousness. It's a reflection of ourselves. It's the person standing next to us in line at the grocery store. It's the family we shared a meal with. It's that really, really grumpy person that we try to stay away from. Each one luminous, each one a different color of light, each one blinking at its own pace. All supported by that Spirit that's supporting us on that bridge, observing everything. And the next time we look over, though, we realize that presence isn't there. That light, that ominous presence that brought us to that bridge is actually merged with us. We are that presence. We are that recognition. We are that gratitude already. But so is every other light we're seeing. Each nebula, each planet, each tiny little spark, each individual person that inhabits each of those planets and galaxies. Feeling that wonder, feeling that you are actually that manifested version of that whole galaxy. Not only be able to see it and reflect it, but to act it out. Gratitude in motion. Recognizing all those different colors. Well, sometimes those colors, maybe that's not the color we want to wear today. Or maybe it's the exact color we need to wear today. And if you could walk a little farther on that bridge, getting closer to the ones that might be more intriguing, you realize there's another whole world there to explore. New opportunities, new people, new galaxies. And that each of those lights share with your own. Really being gratitude, not trying to find it. Not affirming it into existence. Being it already. And in recognizing that, goodness, it's hard not to recognize the joy. Or to feel that joy. To feel that unconditional love. That not only that you are made from, but you actually are. And how awesome it is you get to have this experience here. And all of those lights that you are aware of while walking that bridge are actually aware of you and what you're walking through here now. In every experience that we have here, every little thought, every little feeling, every little action, whether we reflect on it later and think, well, maybe I'll do it different next time or not, or maybe it was absolutely perfect in the moment, shines out to each and every other little light to keep it fueling. You can't get away from the connectedness. How much awesome is that? And if that connectedness is there and we can shine that out, shining out that feeling that we already know of gratitude is so much more important than shining out the feeling of the worry and the dread. There have been several times in the last couple of weeks where I've been contacted because people want some kind of protection from the world around them. How do I handle being in this place when it feels so rough? Something must really be at me because I feel so much in turmoil. And yet reminding them that they can be as powerful as they can be right in that moment, and that nothing's trying to get them at all. We're not here for the big lesson or anything like that. It's not a report card at the end. You're here to know anyway, no matter what it is. Even when we watch, the news is hard, especially news that's, people are in natural disasters or war disasters or, and you see people physically in pain or with things going on around them that they have zero control over, and yet it's affecting their existence. And yet you'll look, now this is a Mr. Rogers line, but you look for the helpers. You look for the helpers. And you realize that it's not a lesson at all. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to send that compassion and gratitude, and it's an opportunity to change choices that maybe we make now that do ripple out energetically. It really does start with us and how we're viewing our walk on that star bridge. Are we recognizing all the lights as being connected, or do we want to shield ourselves from some of them? And it's not easy. I'm sure the star bridge has got some potholes. And I'm sure maybe there's some dips and some extra climbing to do once in a while. And yet it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm particularly been taken myself aback by some of the pictures I see of children in areas where they just don't have any food or access to any care. So, but if you dig hard enough, I mean, I don't know that I can physically get on a plane because of the political climate and everything else and go and do anything physical there. And yet, when you read a little bit more, there's groups of people that are already on the ground there that you can support in one way or another. You can support by getting the word out or sending a couple of dollars to the organization, or even through sending compassion through prayer. So we often forget the worry part. We worry in our prayer, but sending the compassion in the prayer is so much more powerful, so much more powerful. We send the blessings to the situation instead of the, oh my goodness, that's awful. Please fix this now in our prayer. But sending the blessings. Or I feel a lot, especially in the midst of, my children being cooped up in the house with each other. Sometimes not a great thing. They can get on each other's nerves. And I know I joke a lot that my walk is patience, but I feel it every time, And it's those times we make the choice that actually do, both, whether we want to recognize it in the moment or not, ripple out. Did we choose to take the breath first? Or did we choose to back up and say, you know what? I know I'm overreacting right now. Let's have a powwow, children, And those tiny little things do ripple out, because hopefully someday they're going to take the breath, and that'll affect the people around them. And sometimes our vision and our gratitude takes these tiny little steps, and we don't think they're going anywhere. And yet it's huge. It's huge. We might not see an immediate result. I mean, think about, if we go back to the Hubble telescope, the pictures that it's taking, the glorious pictures that we're seeing is light from, sometimes millions of years ago that are just now got here. And we get to experience the beauty now. We are so limited in our recognition here on the planet, and that's on purpose. That's on purpose. We chose that. We might not understand the full ramifications until we're back to spirit. And that's okay. Know that it counts. And the things you do, it really is a butterfly effect. It counts on the other side of the world and even the other side of the galaxy. Little tiny bits. Everybody doing little tiny bits changes everything. Changes everything. So I am very grateful for you and the friendships over the last couple of years, and that you let me try something new today. Much gratitude. Thank you.